May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another Cuke Audio podcast, A Brief Memory. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable, free from economic struggle, and able to get out and do whatever it is you want within the limitations of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. Today's brief memory is, again, from Gary Snyder. Gary's told me some things directly, but neither of the brief memories are from those. This is from an interview with Gary Snyder by Matt Jensky. He says, could you talk a little about your personal experience with Zen Center when you first came into contact with Suzuki Roshi, for example, some of your first impressions of him? Gary, well, I went to Japan in 1956, May of 1956. I was studying at Daitokuji. First, I was studying at Shokokuji and then Daitokuji. I had many friends in San Francisco who wrote me, and I remember sometime during that year, spring of 57 maybe, I think that's what it was, I got a letter saying that a new priest had arrived at the Bush Street Soto Buddhist Church, who is opening it up to Caucasians. There had been a Zen church there before, and they were going to go over and sit with him. Some of my friends were the very first people to ever sit with Suzuki Roshi. Joan Kiger and Bob Breckenridge were two of them. I want to correct him here. It wasn't 57, it's 59. And Claude Dallenberg. So I got news of this, and I kept hearing about it. I got news from this evolving Zen practice center up in San Francisco as it was happening, and it was very lovely to hear about. I didn't actually get to meet Suzuki Roshi until I came back from Japan to live in California in 1969. Actually, it was the winter of 68, but in the spring of 69, I had an apartment over near the old Bush Street Center. I was on Pine Street after that. I had an apartment on Pine Street, and we had Suzuki Roshi over to lunch several times and chatted away in Japanese and in English. I used to go over and sit in the morning when I was living there with Suzuki in that group, and I knew Dick Baker already at that time, and I knew some of the other people who were around the Zen Center at that time as friends from before, as well as some new friends. So I was not right on top of it, but I was aware of it, talking to people who were involved with it in the very beginning. And step by step, I heard the news about each of the monks, all of the monks, as I still keep in touch with it, via Norman Fisher and David Schneider. All right. Well, that's neat. I appreciate that, Gary. That's a nice little bit of history. Well, our internet is out. This is normally Tuesdays, the day I read from Tassajara Stories. But, and Katrinka is staying in a very nice villa, a short ride from here. So I wanted to make this podcast, and it's got good internet, and I'm going to call a taxi and zip over there and upload this on the internet and do a little bit more online stuff. I don't need to be online a lot of the time. In fact, it can be a distraction. Spend the night there and come back here tomorrow morning because we have a gardener coming at 10 o'clock, and I can get some more work done over there and watch an episode of Mythic Quest. That will be fun. If she's not here, I don't watch anything. But if she's here, we'll watch something together for a little while before we go to sleep. Okay. Well, thank you, Gary Snyder. And this has been a Cuke Audio mini podcast, A Brief Memory. I'm DC Poobah of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from Sleepy Sanur with Doggy Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka, usually. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.